This is a podcast about both having autism and living with someone who has autism. My mom is Sonya, and I'm Josh, and this is Josh Has Autism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Josh Has Autism.
Hello.
Josh, I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
I've been worried about you, and that's what I want to talk to you about today.
Oh, okay. Is this an intervention?
Yes, Einstein and I are here with this intervention for you. So here's the deal. You've worked very hard in your life to figure out how you feel about different situations and in your body, and you put a lot of time and effort into that. And there's been something that's going on that I'm concerned about, and I don't know if you understand it yourself, but this thing happened. So you got your dream job.
Yeah.
You got the call. You were excited about it. On the podcast you've talked about it, even excited about it.
Yeah.
But when you're not on the podcast, there's like a different story that's been happening. And I don't know what it is, so I really want to get down to this and figure it out with you.
Mm-hmm.
The day after you got the job, I don't know if I'd call it depression or what it is, but it seemed like a very heavy, uncomfortable, sad funk that you went into.
Yeah, I did. That's what it was too. That description was spot on.
Okay. And that's confusing to me because it's I mean humans are weird. no matter who we are, and our emotions can do things out of the blue without us even understanding it.
Yeah.
But you got your dream job.
Mm-hmm.
You did an excellent job. You got it. What happened? You start Monday, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. So you have like 4 days till job starts.
Yeah.
Excited about it?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay, good. So there is this dichotomy of that, you being excited about this dream job and how you've been presenting. Was that a question?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Do you have any idea what happened and why you feel sad?
As far as I can tell, there wasn't really a reason why I would be feeling that way. Especially the day after I got the call that I got the job.
Right.
I can't really explain why I felt that way because I don't know.
Do you still feel that way?
Sometimes. Down?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it still sometimes happens.
Does it have anything to do with the job?
No, I don't think it does.
Does it have to do with the living situation?
Maybe.
Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about depression,
Mm-hmm.
there doesn't have to be a reason. Depression is in and of itself something that can overtake and interfere and create a very difficult time of it, regardless of your situation.
Right.
So I don't mean to say to you, well, things are great, so you shouldn't be sad. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to find out from you is what's happening. And if there's any way that we can help you to feel better. Because sometimes just you understanding yourself helps.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And as it stands right now, I'm not sure what is going on. I know that the last week or so I've been feeling a bit stir crazy because I don't have a working vehicle right now, so I couldn't really go anywhere. But I mean, I don't know why I would be feeling depressed like I've been.
So you do think that it's depression?
I don't know, maybe.
Does it feel familiar?
I guess. Gee, this fan is playing havoc on my contacts. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's alright.
Oh my gosh. It's drying out my eyes. I can't even look at you.
Well, that fan, it's a point of contention anyways, because right now we are in my bedroom. My your dad's and it's our bedroom. So, look, you go through menopause and you get freaking hot at night. All right? You get freaking hot. You need a fan blasting. Your dad is covered up, all bundled up, like I think that's a good gift that you can think of for Christmas. Maybe he needs a parka to sleep in, because he gets so cold and I'm so hot that I just have to. I turn him. He goes, "Does it have to be that high?" Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's another issue I've been having. Is I've been randomly burning up at times, which is really weird for me.
Do you sweat?
Yeah.
When it happens?
Sometimes.
Do you feel...
like all of a sudden I'm just internally burning up.
Have you taken your temperature?
No.
Anything else happening?
No.
No pains?
No. I mean, one time it focused specifically on my stomach. But other than that, no. It's generally just throughout my whole body, I just burn up.
How long has that been happening?
About a week, maybe
Okay.
2.
Okay. Well, we have calls in to see, your doctors anyway. So we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But that is strange because that never happens to you, right?
Right.
So you're having hot flashes. Now you know what it's like. Yes. You're minding your own business. All of a sudden you're an inferno. It comes out of nowhere. You're all sweaty. Yep. Yep. That's what it's like. You're giving me a look like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed is that along with this funk that you've been feeling is that you're having a hard time following through on any instruction.
I am?
Yep. Very difficult time being organized more than usual.
Okay.
Yeah. But, so you're saying you don't know if it feels like the depression that you have known in the past.
Right. It's somewhat similar, but at the same time not. It's weird.
How? Let's try to put words
It's similar,
to it.
but it's not.
Okay.
It's like it's similar to what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
Depression looking like,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time it's different, and I can't really explain how.
So feeling different, do you have different thoughts than you usually have?
No.
Okay. Do you feel like
So depression is like a smothering feeling almost. It just weighs you down and everything. This is like that, but it's also a bit different, and I'm having difficulty saying how.
do you feel it more physically?
No more than usual.
Okay. When you have depression, you feel it physically?
Yes.
Where?
Everywhere. It's a physical weight.
It's heavy?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I have noticed that you are very lethargic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, following instructions is kind of, we need to make it short, little brief
Directions.
Mm-hmm. With one step maybe,
Mm-hmm.
2 at the most. And so, are you feeling jittery at all?
No.
Okay. One of the...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
One of the things that I've read about for years and years and years is that people on the spectrum, they often have depression. And as people get older, even, a lot of times it doesn't show up in young kids.
Mm-hmm.
But then as they get older, kind of depression seems like it's kind of partner. It just kind of is part of life.
Yeah.
And so I know that for you, that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
You've dealt with depression for a number of years. And so sometimes I think that you're so accustomed to feeling it that you don't really notice it as much because you're so used to feeling it,
Yeah.
And what I'm saying to you is that something happened. It was like a switch went off because the day after you got that news, you were in a funk.
Yeah.
And when I say a funk, what I mean is conversation was very limited.
Mm-hmm.
Your ability to think clearly was
severely hampered.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, following instruction wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
And you slept a lot.
Yeah.
And you just, again, were not super interested in anything.
Right.
Yeah. One thing that I wonder about is that we have talked recently about your living situation.
Mm-hmm.
And RJ moved out. So that's beneficial for you because you have more... I was going to say more space, but you really don't.
I really don't.
Because it's super crowded in there.
Yeah.
Do you want us to take their stuff out of their room and make it your room, and we can take their bunk bed out of there and it's just your room?
It's...
Would that make a difference?
I think it's so tiny it wouldn't.
Okay.
Because the bed that I have,
or
not bed because I don't have a bed anymore, it's just a frame now.
Right.
But,
yeah, we have to buy a new mattress.
Yeah. But that would fill the whole room. And so it wouldn't be beneficial for me to put my own bed in there.
It is a small room.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes
another thing that's going on is that I have not been sleeping well. So I've been falling asleep 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and waking up at 7:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why?
No.
Okay.
But I'm exhausted during the day, so I try and take naps or something like that, or I sit down and I start to fall asleep, and then I'm woken up and it's like, oh, and it's constant, it feels like.
Well, I'm sure it is. That's because you live in a zoo.
Yeah.
Like, how many of us are here?
Yeah.
Right? There's not really much time for you going to snooze in a chair. Somebody's going to come by and make a noise.
Yeah, but I mean, even if I lay down or something, it's always, get up, Josh, get up.
Mm-hmm. Well, because there's things to do during the day.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing, though, is that whenever I get up, I'm not awake yet.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, come on, we got stuff to do.
I do that, don't I?
Yeah. And it's constantly go, go, go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, no.
Right, yep. I hear you. This whole thing, Josh, has been very exhausting for all of us.
Yeah.
And here's what I will say about the living situation. And I think that probably this has a lot to do with it. And so we can make some changes, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Nana has to have, her liver is failing.
Mm-hmm.
She has to have a liver transplant. And remember how I talked to you before about how different organs are connected to different emotions and, so it's anger with the liver. It's where the emotion anger is connected to it. And so what we're dealing with is Nana, you never know which one you're going to get. You never know which one you're going to get because
what do you mean?
That sometimes she's nice,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes she's very, very crabby,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes she's mean
mm-hmm.
and demanding. And what I've been reading about is that coincides with people that have liver issues. That it affects them cognitively. So, for example, I can ask your Nana something and she won't respond. And I'm used to having conversations with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I wait for the processing to happen.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't, then I ask the question again. And then she gets mad. Because, why am I, yeah. I just, it's almost, might as well be saying, I just told you. Although she didn't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, I'm asking again because you didn't say anything the first time.
Yeah.
So, what's happening is that this is a house that's very stressful right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very uncomfortable. There's a lot of us here. The contract for the renovations is getting signed today.
Oh, okay.
So we have to wait, though, about 3 or 3.5 months for it to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to take about 3 to 4 months to be completed.
Mm.
So we're talking about 7 months.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And so I recognize that in myself, I'm completely stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I wanted to get your take on what's happening because I want to know how you feel. I want to know what you think, how you feel, what you're experiencing. But my guess is that it's not one thing. And
right.
And the reason it can't be broken down to there's just one thing that caused this depression for you.
Because it's not just one thing.
It's not. It's the fact that
it's a whole bunch of things just all at once.
Yes, and the house is a mess because we don't have enough room for things.
Mm-hmm.
Then with Nana and Pappy both having physical issues right now, it's something we're not used to.
Right.
And it can be frustrating. And it can be at times, even like throughout the day. I don't know if you're experiencing this or not, but for me, it feels like this, like sometimes an emotional roller coaster. You know, like how is it going to be? How is, are they going to be okay today? Are they going to, because it seems like it even throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be okay in the morning, but then a few hours later, it's, physical, it's a legit issue going on. And your pappy is diabetic and has heart disease, and he struggles.
Mm-hmm.
His hands have, his arthritis is so bad he can't hold stuff now. So we're all moving into this strange new place where Nana and Pappy have always been able to do things.
Yeah.
And she's been sassy and she's been opinionated. Only now it comes when we don't see it coming.
Yeah.
And it's like blindsides us.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the demands, we're used to her being sassy.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also used to her being in charge of her sassiness.
Mm.
And what it seems like is that she's not.
Mm.
So, what I'm saying to you is I think that all the emotions of everybody, and then RJ living here,
Mm-hmm.
and then him just moving out, the kids being here, they've been making you crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like it's just too much, right?
Yeah.
And you've had as much as you can take.
Yeah.
And
I can't take no more.
I can't take no more.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. The other day, do you remember? I'm pretty. I don't know. I can be pretty level-headed. I can be pretty calm.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, I just lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? I just was so mad, and I was so mad, and I just was feeling like I don't even know what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
I do know what it's about, but I don't know what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just felt so big and so heavy.
Yeah.
And as I'm describing this, does it make any sense that you're feeling just kind of this, it's like your space has gotten so small and your stress has gotten so high.
Yeah.
And you have demands from everybody on you.
Yeah.
And even though the demands are not unreasonable, you have different people in the house now, a lot of moving parts, and it kind of creates some
havoc.
Yes. Does it make sense to you? I'm feeling that.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you feeling that?
Yeah.
Do you think that it might be what's happening?
There's a good probability of that being the case.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have any idea of what can help you to have... Because your downtime...
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm saying, and I've always said. You can't sleep away your days. You can't just stay in bed, lay in your bed all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not healthy. It's not productive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you even get out and take a walk. You know, if that's all that, get out of the house.
Yeah.
Get out of the house and go do something else. Going for a walk is good because it's healthy.
Yeah.
Clear your mind. But what can we do here? I'm asking you about your room and different kinds of things, but is there anything that you need that can give you more space and help you to feel more balanced?
there's been so much going on that I don't even know where to start.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how I can make things better for myself right now because there's so much going on.
Okay. All right. Can I help you with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes when you get in a state like you are now where you don't know what to do, I mean, I can just take you again, where you and I go on a walk. We get you out of the house. Where I take you shopping because you are really good at that. I think you're really good at that because remember you tried so hard. There were so many lessons when you were younger about going out in the community.
Yeah.
About, banter with the cashier, about money, how you, all of that. And you've gotten really good at that. So getting you out of the house more is something that I think is going to be helpful. I look at everything in terms of energy. So for me, your dad can start working, and he's just working away. It doesn't. The house can implode, right? He's just going to be able to focus, so he's not distracted by anything. I can't. I'm working. I'm writing. I'm right on the verge of a punchline. I'm writing a new bit.
And then something happens, and you just want to punch the screen instead.
No, but. Nana will go down the hall and I'll hear her walker.
Yeah.
That squeak of the walker.
Yeah.
And then I'm pulled away from that. Or I hear somebody else down. Everybody has a different cadence.
Yeah.
So I know who's walking down the hall. I know who you're walking down the hall because it's very slow. I know yours. So anyway, I get distracted. And what happens is I'm not productive, and then I feel upset by that.
Yeah.
And then all of the swirling energies that everybody is bringing into the mix here is exhausting. When what I really would like is, and I'm not like that I'm upset with anybody, it's just that I just want quiet. I just want...
Right.
The space energetically.
Right.
So, I understand. I believe that that's what's happening. But I did want to talk to you about that and see if you agree. You think maybe some more outside time would be beneficial?
I don't know.
And I mean outside time, away from the house.
I think that time away from everyone would be good.
Yeah. Okay. Want to go to the library?
Not right now.
I was asking you, not with me, if you wanted to go someplace like that where you're just away from everybody.
Right.
What do you do? So when you feel, now that we're talking about it and we're kind of getting it, hopefully kind of makes sense, right? How do you recharge?
I go away from people. Whether that's reading or laying down and sleeping or whatever, it's just away from people.
So it sounds like at this point, though, what you need to do is to be away from the house.
Yeah. Because even in my room, if the kids are over, they're coming in my room all the time, and
right, because it's their room.
It was their room, yeah.
Yeah, right, and they're little, so they don't.
Right.
So how do you, at this point, then how do you self-regulate? How do you, just getting out of the house? I think makes sense.
What's the question?
What do you... That makes a lot of sense. So do you think that is something you're going to do?
I can definitely try to. Not having a working vehicle right now puts a hamper on that. but it's something that has worked in the past.
Well, there's other vehicles in the driveway out there.
Yeah.
And I do let you use mine.
Yeah.
Do you feel okay driving, or would you like for me to drive you someplace?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay driving. I don't need to go anywhere right now. I'm just... I just... I don't know. I guess I'm just done with things right now.
With the podcast again?
Not with the podcast. Just in general.
Well, okay. All right. If being here right now with all this stuff is too much, do you think maybe you should see about moving back in with RJ?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Oh, this is what it's been like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like you're having a very difficult time with the way things are now, and I get it. It's stressful.
Yeah. And it certainly doesn't help that I'm not really able to express the way that I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that is hard for you because you've gotten to a point that you're very, very good at that.
Yeah.
And so I imagine that is difficult for you when you can't find the words. You don't know how you're feeling really. When,
yeah.
you know, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You talk about how it feels.
Yeah.
And you can't find the words. You can't tap into the exact feeling or emotion.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get it. I get it. All right. Let me tell you about something that happened to me today.
Oh, jeez.
So, your dad says that just the thing that my favorite phrase is you're not the boss of me, or don't tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got this product and from a company, and the cap is really hard. Got two products. One cap comes off fine.
Mm-hmm.
The other cap is really hard to get off.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked RJ to help me with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked your dad to help me with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I've tried it. It's just, it's just virtually impossible to open.
Mm-hmm.
And so I contacted the guy, and I told him that, hey, can we just get a new dropper because, it won't be...
The cap won't come off,
The cap
right?
won't come off. And so after a little bit of back and forth, this guy sends me a text, and the text says verbatim, "My boss says find someone to help you open it, and then we can send you a new dropper." My response was, "Yes, I'm just a weak woman, and will find some strong man to help me open it."
Oh my gosh.
Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude?
Oh my gosh.
So, yes. So that kind of ridiculous mindset is still out there. And it's, I cannot believe. Anyway, so, yes, I say what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And,
You have for how long now? As long as I've known you, you've done that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I stand up for myself, and I stand up for you.
And you stand up for comedy.
I do. And I stand up for... I do. Yep. And what's really hard, Josh, is when I see you struggling, and I don't know how to help you.
Yeah.
And what's happening right now is you don't know why you're feeling this way exactly. We have an idea, but you don't know exactly what you're feeling, and you don't know exactly how it's going to be helped. You don't know exactly what you need, or, and you're just kind of in this funk.
Yeah.
And I am concerned about the physical stuff that's happening. Because, like, why would you be all of a sudden being hot? Having these hot flashes kind of thing, So we're going to get that taken a look at.
Okay.
I think that sentence was correct. We're going to have you checked out. That's a better way to say it. But yeah, it's really difficult to see you having such a hard time and not being able to really help you through that.
Yeah.
Because it feels like we're in a pressure cooker. And we're kind of in this all together.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe we'll have to go make some changes. I don't know that this can be sustained for 7 months.
Right.
I don't know that.
I don't believe it is.
So what I was thinking, I don't know if it's possible or not, but I wonder if we get a real small place to rent for 7 months while all this is happening. Because it's going to get worse because they're going to have to move over from their living room into our living room.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And Pappy doesn't hear very well, but he won't admit that he doesn't hear well. And the TV is at this blasting, like, make your ears bleed. So, yes, I don't think that I don't think that part of it is doable. But since you're having such a hard time right now, and it just seems to me that this is probably why, maybe we should look into just renting something until this whole thing is done. How does that feel to you when I say that? Does it seem like...
Okay.
I feel like it would be maybe a relief.
It's not a relief yet.
I know, yeah, that's true. I mean, you're used to me griping at you. But to have all these bodies in the house kind of make it difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're done?
Yeah.
I get it. All right. Well, we will, there we go. What am I trying to do? There we go. All right. I don't know that we got anywhere today, but at least we kind of...
Talk things through a little.
Yeah. It sounds like, too, that it's probably just because of the intensity around here. So we'll work to come up with a solution there.
Okay.
So, is there anything that you need today? Anything that I can do to help you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I know what you're talking about because that almost suffocating kind of confining feeling is something that I'm feeling too. And it's just that we expressed it differently. I think that you kind of went inward, and when I blew up the other day, and just was hollering and carrying on like a wild woman, and that just
I mean, with you, I've noticed growing up that you...
Uh-oh. I have no idea what you're about to say. Should I hold my breath?
No. Your anger and frustration burns hot and fast.
Yes, true.
So it doesn't usually last very long. But at the same time, you don't really think about what's being said all the time while it's happening.
True. Yep. This is true. Comfortable or not for me. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I got it. Yeah. Was that it?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Because I get pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and then
Yeah.
And it's over.
Yeah.
And then get back on track and getting things done.
Yeah.
But for you, it seems like it kind of really how your process is to kind of go inward and to really just, like we're saying, you want to sleep more. You don't feel well.
Yeah. Well, I also, whenever I get upset, I feel like I don't have an outlet as well. So I have to internalize it.
Well,
because of not having an outlet.
What kind of outlet would help?
I don't know, because I internalize everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. An outlet, what you're allowed to express yourself.
I know. But
We like it when you do that.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Not when I'm upset. No, that's not to say that you don't accept that I get upset or anything. What I mean is that I don't know. I'm just... Oh my gosh.
So let's work on that, because that statement is not... Okay. So you need to feel like you have an outlet.
Yeah.
You need to know that you can say whatever you want to say, and it's like like I say, like sometimes I'll say something, I'm like, let me fix that.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing with you, but also if you need an outlet, let's figure out what that is.
Okay.
Maybe you want a kayak. Maybe you need to get a kayak and go out on the water. Right? Who know? I'm just saying. I know you've been mentioning a kayak, so yeah, I think it's important for you to have that release.
Yeah.
Otherwise, probably what's happening now is what happens.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you? To
be able
to do something and then...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's put some thought into that, because if you have that outlet and you utilize that outlet, it's a very productive way to avoid getting to a point of you feeling the way you do today.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can tell that you're wiped out.
Yeah.
I can tell. This is tough, because you've had a couple, like a tough time of it, if I could talk. Tough time of it since you've been,
yeah.
It's been day after day of feeling this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Sometimes we just don't have answers, do we?
No.
And this is it. We appreciate you so much. If you can give us 5 stars, that would be awesome. You check us out at the website. It's SONYAKING at SonyaKing.com. That would be awesome. And Josh, I hope you feel better.
Thanks, me too.
Yeah. Everybody, I hope that you're happy and healthy. And sending you big hugs. Love you.
Bye.